Hello, I'm Kevin John, and thank you for joining me with this ABC10 Plus special highlighting some of the best high school football teams throughout the region. Now, we're getting ready for the season by talking with the Sacramento Bees, Joe Davidson. He tells us which teams to watch out for. Then Matt George and I sit down with the Monterey Trail Mustangs out of Elk Grove. But first, let's go to Roseville to take a look at the West Park Panthers.
We want to get a ring on our finger. We're tired of losing.
You can say they're trying to get over the hump. After 2 straight 10-win seasons, including deep playoff runs, West Park is looking to get to the promised land.
You know, people say that we're just a semifinal team. We're trying to prove them wrong. People say that we're just an offensive team, offensive play style, and I think we're going to prove as a defense that we're not just that. We can hit and we can shut people down.
West Park has only been around for 5 years, and in that short amount of time, they've taken huge strides on building a winning tradition.
Oh, we preach being great. We want our kids to be great in the classroom, in the community, and then ultimately on the field. So we're demanding, and the kids have done a good job meeting our expectations.
It also helps when the team has great chemistry. After all, the team that flips together wins together.
I'm just happy with the way the kids have responded to the teaching. We've got the biggest team we've ever had. We've got over 60 kids. We're the strongest we've been.
One of those kids is senior quarterback Jaden Jackson, and he's ready to embrace the expectation that comes with being one of the best teams in the league.
I'm very confident, more confident than ever. I mean, we know we have a target on our back. We earned it, and we won it. So we wouldn't want to no other way than we have it right now.
With that being said, why should other teams fear the Panthers this year?
We can't be stopped. We got something: running back, receiver, tight end, lineman, quarterback, everything.
And there is one thing this team has their eyes on this year.
We're going to put a ring on our finger this year, I promise.
We're continuing our high school football previews right here on ABC10. And if you don't know anything about the Manteca Buffaloes, know this one thing: they will hit you.
We play Manteca, hard-nosed, tough football, and they know when they walk on this campus, you know, they're going to be part of that, and then they take that seriously.
There's a sense of pride playing football for Manteca, a perennial playoff powerhouse who takes no prisoners on the gridiron.
Our motto for a long time has been, "We will hit you," and you know that's how we play football.
We like to hit you in the mouth, smash mouth football, so that's how it is.
The Buffaloes have won 9 section titles since the start of the 21st century, and they're hungry for more.
You know, we want that section champ. We haven't had it in a few years. Everyone here is hungry, every single person, you know, and we're hungriest team out here. We really want that section champ.
We're hungry and we want to win something, you know. We hungry for that. I definitely want to go state, you know, I want to win a chip, but let's focus on going 10-0 first and, you know, make it playoffs.
Fortunately for the players, they get to play in a newly renovated stadium this season.
A lot of people put a lot of work to get this place up to where it needed to be. Real excited about the big screen we got out there. And the light shows, you know, second to none. So Friday nights in Manteca, man, there's no place like it.
And if you come to a Manteca football game, prepare to be entertained.
Why should other teams fear the Manteca Buffaloes?
Because we got something to play for, you know. We all want to win around each other, and it's that grit. We all got that grit. It's that smash mouth football. So be ready to get hit, Manteca football. Yes, sir. Thank you.
A new season presents a fresh start to some teams and an opportunity to build upon past greatness for others. Well, up Highway 65, the Wheatland Pirates are coming off of one of their best seasons in program history, and they're hungry for more.
It's been a long time waiting to go hit somebody.
The Wheatland Pirates are coming off of a 9-win, 2-loss season where they finished first place in the Pioneer Valley League. Having lost every league game the season before, it was a rise that nobody saw coming.
Last year, it was a sign of hope that we can make it that far, that we have all the dudes, we have the coaching staff to make it that far. It was a sign of hope, and it's definitely a good experience to make it that far, and we know what to expect next year, and we can really do it. We really make it.
I think that the years past, that it was little stuff that we're missing to win games, and last year we really clicked, and I think that we're going to go and click again this year, hopefully.
So these guys really are feeding off the success. We were pretty junior heavy last year. So like in the weight room, on the practice field, they haven't taken anything for granted. They know that now they've had a little bit of success, especially during league, there's going to be a target on our back.
High expectations bring a different kind of pressure to this season, and that pressure can weigh heavily on any individual player. But in Wheatland, the small town bond and brotherhood sets them apart.
This football team is like the roots of a tree. Like, we've all grown up together. Like I said, we're a small town. We don't got kids from across the country like transferring here to look good. Like, we've all grown up together. We've all been born here, raised here. Like,
We preach brotherhood all the time and focus on the task that day. And these guys just encourage each other, love each other. They encourage each other in the weight room and on campus, and outside of football practice too. They hang out, have team dinners all the time. So it's really cool.
And after spending spring months in the weight room and the summer getting back to work in the heat, the Pirates are chomping at the bit for the real deal next Friday night.
They all have countdowns. It's been fun to see. They're here on their phones or whatever. They got countdown to week 1. So they just can't wait to attack Friday night football.
And joining us here in the studio is perennial playoff team Monterey Trail out of Elk Grove. And representing the Mustangs, let me introduce you to them. We have the 2 captains up here representing the team. We'll start off with our offensive captain right there, the guy with the nice smile, Caden Love. And right next to Caden, he has a great smile too, defensive captain, Saban Barzay. And we're going to go over to this side. He's the head coach of this illustrious football team. You definitely have seen his face if you've been to a game in the last 20 years. The one and only TJ Ewing is here as well. Thank you guys so much for spending your Sunday evening here with us in studio. We appreciate it. Now, let's get straight into it. You guys have yet to lose a league game since 2017. I think that's 7 or 8 years without losing a league game. How the heck do you run the gamut like that?
I didn't even know it was a streak. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's weird. I know we won a league champion, but I didn't know there was a streak or something going. I didn't know that. That's pretty crazy.
It's business as usual for me.
I know, right? Exactly.
Just another day at the office. Well, to put on a jersey with Monterey Trail on it, you got to be gamers, right? From you guys growing up and then putting yourself now in this system, now senior leaders of the Monterey Trail Mustangs, what has that journey been like for both of you to be leaders on such a prestigious program?
It's been great, being able to lead my team, being able to talk to them on a daily basis, help them out, and just talk to them. Be able to show them and be able to communicate with them and just be a family with them, be a brotherhood. It's been great.
Yeah, definitely from the past 2 years, playing and watching my senior leaders and seeing how they led and they led the team to success from all that. And then I was like, yeah, when I get a senior, I'm definitely going to be like them, lead more, definitely help the team become more together. Yeah.
Now, it's interesting. You're going into your senior year, like Matt just said, and you guys, pretty much every year that you guys have been at Monterey Trail, you guys have made the playoffs. And I know it's something you never take for granted, but how do you embrace the pressure to get back into the postseason and then make a deep run into the postseason, knowing that this is your final year?
Pressure's a privilege. We just take it on. We use it how we can, and we just play a game. We don't think about the future, don't think about the past too much. Just focus on each and every single game, each and every single week.
And Saban, you being the anchor of that defensive line and just overall that defensive unit, how good does it feel to you to know that you've shut teams under 20 points or under 10 points per game? And, what is the objective or mentality going into each game?
It definitely feels good, but the mentality is just not let them score. Trying to keep them away from the end zone, do whatever you can, be as physical. Definitely hit harder than they do. So they quit early, and then we could just keep going.
Coach, to have the sustained success that Monterey Trail has had and your program has had, you have to build a culture, right? What has it been like, not just establishing that culture yourself and with your staff, but handing that culture off to your captains and watching them carry the torch even further than maybe you even thought?
It's humbling and it's gratifying to see what you do. Kids buy in and they're all in. And they learn how to be a team because it's the ultimate team sport, football. Right? And so it's just fun to see the process happen every year because it is a process. And we just don't get too high or too low. And just try to stay in that medium level, no matter what happens. Stay with each other because it's going to be a bumpy ride, right? So.
Well, let's talk about that Friday night game. You guys got Intercom, week 1. A team that has a new head coach this year, new athletes, new players. Describe just the emotion and the excitement for getting ready to go out and do that Friday night.
I feel very excited, but, I don't focus too much on what they're doing. We don't focus too much on them as much as we do focusing on how we can better ourselves each and every single day and prepare ourselves for that matchup.
There are a lot of, sometimes it's a cliche, but you'll hear a lot of players talk about practices are almost sometimes more difficult than the game. So when you get to the game on Friday, it almost feels like a little bit of a weight off your shoulders, right? And I know, of course, you're captain, so you work together as leaders of the team, but defense versus offense, is there a fun, friendly rivalry between the two of you? And how much do the defense and offense go at it in practice?
Yeah, definitely. We hit, when it comes to team, when we go against each other, we're physical against each other, even if they're teammates. We try hitting them as hard as we can. So, yeah, it's definitely fun. There's definitely a little rivalry. Definitely gets heated sometimes, 100%.
It's a fun rivalry, though.
Yes, yeah. What you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brotherhood, right? It's brothers that are going to compete with each other and give each other their best so they're protected from that. Like, they know what to be ready for Friday because they showed them what's going to happen Friday night, instead of walking into the situation where you haven't seen that kind of environment. We've already created it in practice, right? And I think a lot of the great programs in our section do that, and the well-coached programs all do that,
Well, and Monterey Trail has an extra bit of an advantage this year, too, because you guys got a home-heavy schedule, right? You start out the season at home for the first 3 weeks, right, Coach?
Yeah.
You end the season at home over the final 2 games, which could have some playoff implications. I want to know about that Monterey Trail home field advantage, though, for you guys taking the field in front of that crowd. How much fun is that for you in representing Monterey Trail in that way?
It's definitely exciting because, we get to play in front of our peers that we see every day at school, get to show up, show out, and just have fun, play for each other, especially on that home field. It's no different playing away or at home. Still got a job that we got to take care of. But to play at home, it's definitely exciting.
I bet. I've been to some home Monterey Trail football games. They are definitely exciting, or as the kids say, they're lit. So it's a good time, that's for sure. Now, do you guys have any goals or objectives for this season? Anything you guys are setting out to accomplish this year in your final season?
There's always goals. I try not to focus too much on the end. But one goal definitely to always win the league championship, and maybe even a section championship.
All right. Well, if you say it, what do they say? If you believe it and you conceive it and you dream it, then you can
achieve it.
Achieve it. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you. Something like that. I didn't make that up, but I've heard that before.
Yeah.
So, good luck to you guys. It was an honor having you guys on the show. Once again, the Monterey Trail Mustangs. We're shining a light on another program out the Sac-Joaquin Section. That's right, we're traveling 80 miles south on Highway 99 to Ceres, where there's a team of Bulldogs who are looking to take a bite out of the competition.
We're going to really fight. Every single game is going to be a dogfight. That's what you can expect from the Ceres High football.
I feel like we definitely have something to prove. We're going to come out fighting.
Ceres High School is out to prove that their bite is just as big as their bark. After enduring 2 losing seasons over the last 4 years, this team is motivated to make some noise this season.
Week 1, you always got to prove yourself. So every single game is going to be a dogfight. I'm just really excited to play the season out, hang some banners because banners last forever.
We're ready to win. Last year was kind of upsetting. We went 7-3, no playoffs, nothing like that. But I think this time we're coming back for a dub.
Well, fortunately for Ceres, they are led by a coach who's been with the program since 1991. Now entering his 35th season, head coach Brett Johnson is all about implementing a great culture.
I mean, you fight harder for your family than anything else, and I think it's one of those things that We want the kids to be a family. We want them to have a safe place, a place they can go and feel wanted, respected, encouraged in what they do.
Why should other teams fear the Ceres Bulldogs?
We're definitely looking for a fight this year. We have something to prove.
Anybody that is in Ceres or hears this, come out to any game. You're going to see some great football. You're going to see me score like 4 touchdowns a game. So if you really want some great football out here, come by Ceres and we'll show you what it's all about.
Now today we're doing things a little different. We're introducing you to an 8-man football team who's entering their inaugural season.
It feels awesome. I mean, like, we're going to be in the history books at this school, so I love it.
You bet they're soaking in this historic moment.
It's very exciting to be part of the first team. It's a good time, and I'm glad to set the way for the future.
Adventure Christian School in Roseville has been around over 20 years, and in that time, they have never had a football team until now. But see, this isn't your normal football team. This is 8-man football.
When they decided to start a high school, I said, if you guys are going to do this right, you need to have a high school football team.
The vision behind the 8-man football team came from head coach Dean Surface, who presented the idea 2 years ago after the elementary school expanded to a high school.
And I put together a budget, I put together a vision. I said, here's what we want to do, how we want to do it, and the way it needs to be done. And they looked at me and said, okay, let's go, let's do it.
And the rest, they say, is history. The team is in final preparations for their first game on Friday night, and the anticipation is building.
Yeah, I'm very excited, very nervous. I've never played in a football game before, so it'll be first time ever.
I mean, we're all a little nervous, obviously, because we've never, a lot of us have never played before, but if we all do our jobs, I think we'll be all right.
So what is the objective for this season?
We want to play football, we want to play good football, we want to play hard-nosed, smash-mouth, clean, fun-loving football, and we're going to do it in Jesus' name.
Why should other teams fear the Warriors?
We're just better.
Do you guys have any choreographed touchdown dances or anything?
No, I mean, we'll get there, probably.
High school football season is nearly upon us, and nobody better to preview the season than with the GOAT of prep sports coverage here in the Sac-Joaquin section, Joe Davidson, nice enough to join me back here on Toyota Sports Extra. Joe, there's only one place we can start. Week 1, nationally televised on ESPN, Folsom Bulldogs, Grant Pacers. It's like the Super Bowl right out the gate. This is huge for our area.
It's fantastic for this area. We've seen this act before. Right when this area really got strong in high school football, it's always been strong, but it really took a surge in about 2010 when Folsom and Grant played an opener on ESPN. Grant won that game. Folsom got the rematch in the section finals, won its first state championship. Both teams have championship pedigree. They run out of room in their trophy cases to stack their championships. Grant is a 3-time defending section champion, state champion last year, section champion, state champion last year, and Folsom's won 4 in a row in Division I for section, a recent state champion as well. I think it's a fantastic game. It's a Saturday game, August 23rd. That's after the Friday night, all the other games. So kudos to that. It's just great for Grant. Grant prides itself on being a city school, and Folsom prides itself on being a school that's really come of age in the last 15 or so years in football. Big enrollment, great coaches, strength and conditioning, 5-star players. Grant's got them too. It's what a show. Outstanding.
Well, this is a big deal, not just, of course, for you and I and for fans, but we're seeing this more and more of, and it's not just Grant, it's not just Folsom. A lot of teams, whether they're SFL teams or top teams around the section, are making sure to challenge themselves early on. They want to be battle-hardened by the start of league play, and they want to be playing their best football by the time we're talking playoffs and the weather's getting a little bit colder outside. Joe, how important do you think that, I love asking coaches this question, but for you that's watched so much prep football, how important is that for these teams to challenge themselves and iron sharpen iron right out the gate?
And it sounds like an old cliche, you got to beat the best to be the best and things like that. It's vitally important. And the powerhouse programs, they really have an obligation, to test your program, see how good you're going to be. And for all of the powerhouse programs, there's more programs struggling just to survive. So they're not going to play those ambitious schedules. And, our Sacramento Bee Team of the Decades for the 1990s, Grant Pacers. Team of the Decade for the 2000s, Grant Pacers. ambitious early scheduling by other teams against Grant helped them close the gap. And then here comes Grant again, and then Folsom was the team of the decade in the 2010s, halfway there to this decade on their way to doing it again, so it's the perfect Titans clashing. But what coaches will say, Matt, is we got to find out what we have. Are we tough enough? Can we handle athleticism? Can we handle different kind of offenses? You'll find out against these juggernaut programs. Grant got smoked by De La Salle last year, got smoked by Lincoln of San Diego. But it paid off because once they got into league play, they hit a new great gear. They had dramatic comeback wins in the section playoffs, in the NorCal finals, and in the state final. So it paid off. Last season, Sarah came up to Folsom and won despite graduating 18 starters. Folsom should have won that game. Folsom used that loss to get better and went all the way to a NorCal final against Pittsburgh, which won. So it's by design. And some programs, I remember Oakdale down in the 209 would have these fantastic regular seasons, and then Trent Merzon, the longtime coach, he's retired now, finally realized, I got to schedule up because we're going unbeaten into the playoffs and we're just getting beat. So he scheduled up, played some powerhouses, then he won a state championship. You take a couple losses, but you learn, you grow. And then also, kids think they're going to win every game. Sometimes you got to get knocked down, and they could remind you, hey, we got a lot of work to do.
Well, let's head down the road a little bit to the 209 from, St. Mary's that's out there to a favorite team of mine to cover and watch, the Manteca Buffaloes, even though my wife is from went to East Union High School in the Manteca area, so she hates it when I say that. There's just so much to look forward to down in the 209 area. It's not always easy to make the trek down there, but if you do, you're going to be rewarded with great football.
Oh, it's fantastic football. And Tony Franks, a longtime coach at St. Mary's, an alum, there's that continuity. Roger Canepa at Central Catholic, been there forever. And he's been there a long time. He's the winningest coach in section history. He's a fabulously funny guy, great football coach. Oakdale's got a tradition. And St. Mary's plays tough. They play De La Salle every year. They're going to play at Oak Ridge in El Dorado Hills early in the season. That's another team to really keep an eye on. That's a powerhouse program. And Casey Taylor, we both know Casey Taylor, whether he was at Del Oro, Capital Christian, or now at Oak Ridge at his alma mater, he schedules up. They open at Frontier of Bakersfield, state rate program, and then they'll play a San Diego powerhouse. Why do you do it? To find out what we have. And if you have trips to Southern California, well, that's a bonding experience too. And so last year, I think they started off 0-3. They wound up in the section finals because they got better because of the scheduling. So whether it's, Matt, it's not just the large schools, the small schools are terrific in this area, whether it's the Cass Robley Rams of Orangevale with Chris Horner, longtime coach.
Fantastic.
Continuity, whether it's East Nicholas High School, which won a state championship in 2016, and the Colfax Falcons and the Bear River Bruins. And especially in the 209, so many good small school programs down there, so much tradition, and football means everything to these kids. They grow up watching these guys play. It means something to a school, it means something to the community, and it's and you've seen it, I've seen it, we've seen it from field level. This area, the Sac-Joaquin section, has fantastic football. We get more crowds, bigger rooting sections, better bands than the Bay Area does collectively. They love their football, but here it seems to be a real passion. And I think the whole key is, as long as you have an entertaining team, the students will come out and the rooting sections will come out. And the rooting sections know they're competing with the other rooting sections. You do it, and you get the little B-roll, and so it just makes it a great product, and I'm thinking we're going to have another fantastic season. All these newer schools over the years have not watered it down. It's made it stronger.
There's two teams in Lincoln that I love paying attention to. The 12 Bridges Raging Rhinos, who have known nothing but success immediately. It's incredible. And then you got the old guard, right? Yes. The Lincoln Fighting Zebras, who have worked their way back into this place of you can't push them around. I'll even go a little bit further, too, because one of my favorite matchups that I watched last year was Lincoln versus Wheatland. Wheatland had a phenomenal season last year. They actually just hosted Sac State, the football team out there, or are going to host the football team for a practice, which is pretty cool. You just keep going down Highway 65. The football out there is fantastic.
It is. And another one up there near the Wheatland area general is the Sutter Huskies. And those are small schools. Sutter and Wheatland were in the northern section, which is the section that goes up to the Oregon border. They came into this section and they fit right in. And the same kind of thing, the big crowds, it matters. They play on grass fields. It's still allowed. And it's nice to see. And you think about Lincoln's been around for 100 years. And they've had really good teams. A couple of years ago, they had 1 win or no wins, and then they get right back. So those kids stuck there. When you have a new school that opens, like 12 Bridges, it carves into the enrollment. We saw it throughout the Elk Grove Unified. We saw it with all the rise of the Placer County schools when they opened in the last 30 years. But Chris Bean is one of these fantastic coaches. He was our Sacramento Bee Coach of the Year last year. Immediate success. They were 14-0 last season after being in a section final the year before, and then they lose in the state final. But Coach Bean said, we're okay with this. This is unprecedented.
Right.
And so good for them. They had a Midnight Madness type of football kickoff, as soon as you were allowed to have all the gear. And they got youth programs and JV and freshmen and parents who care and fans and sponsors signs all over the place. They have arrived in a hurry. And Chris Breen's a real treat. He enjoys this. He's from Colfax. He was a quarterback there some 30 years ago. He lived that small school experience. And these guys will work themselves to a lather, to the point of exhaustion. Yeah, but it's high school, but it means everything to those kids in that community and to the coaches. So small school, medium, large, we got it. We got it around here.
The whole point of this conversation should be there is no excuse for you not to find a good football game or 10 on Friday night every single night from now to around December time. What keeps you so energized to keep doing this?
I've been at the Sacramento Bee since 1989. I tell people I was about 10 years old, give or take 10 years. It's still a great gig. It was pre-internet. I still am fired up about the games. I'm still curious about who the coaches are, what's going on with the cheerleaders and the rally squads, and because they're all such a big family. We'll in the coming weeks at the Sacramento Bee, we're going to do player lists, best players, best running back, best quarterback, and there's just too many guys, which is a great problem.
Joe, it's shaping up to be another fantastic season. You got us covered all season long over at the Sacramento Bee. Always a pleasure to have you in, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Shout out to Joe Davidson for coming on the show. I'm telling you guys, there is no one who knows more about Sac-Joaquin Section football than Mr. Joe D. We appreciate him. Well, we can't wait for a new season of high school football, and we'll be here on ABC 10 Plus every week previewing the upcoming week's action. Also, be sure to watch us every Friday at 11 p.m. for highlights from all the big games around the section. Of course, we'll also post those highlights on ABC 10 Plus so you can watch with all the football fans in your life. Keep up to date with sports news and weather anytime, anywhere on our 24/7 ABC 10 Plus streaming app. I'm Kevin John. I'll see you next time.